Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Megler Design. I hope everyone is doing great. And today's our live session is speculative design in service design. And our guest is Mildred Carrera. She's basically from Mexico. She have done BDS and she's currently doing MDS in PSSD at Politecnico di Milano in Italy. And she have very great experience in design. She have worked with various design studios, and we are waiting to join her. So, hello all. Yes, hi Anil, hi Gaurav, Sumit. How are you guys doing? Just a minute, hold on, guys. She is joining. We're waiting for Mildred, sending the invitation. Mildred, can you send me the request there? I am sending you request. I'm unable to fetch the request there. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, okay. So we are turning off the comment section here.
Perfect.
Yeah. Hi, Mildred. How are you?
Hi, very good. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you for accepting invitation. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so without wasting any more time, we'll start with the further session. So can you please introduce about yourself?
Well, I am Mildred. I have 27 years old. I'm from Mexico. So I am right now a service design student. I'm studying a master's degree here in Milan, but I already have work experience. I have worked in the industry of design like for 3 years in very, very different fields. Like, for example, I did an internship in India about product design. It was in elephant design. It was a great experience. We designed like electrodomestics, and then I moved a bit on furniture design. And my last work experience was actually as a design teacher in a technical high school in Mexico.
That's great. You have such a huge number of experience in your
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so currently you are doing MDS at in PSSD from Politecnico di Milano. So can you please let us know about few more points about your university or college, like what courses they offer?
Well, Politecnico di Milano, it's the most important college here in Italy. They specialize mostly in engineering courses, design courses, and also architecture. They are really famous because a lot of um, like iconic Italian architects and designers graduated actually from Politecnico di Milano. And well, they offer a wide range of courses, but in design, I looked for specializing masters when I was applying. There are many different options like integrated product design, design engineering, interactive design. So you have
Lot of
a
variety
lot of
of careers.
options. Yeah.
Absolutely. So does they offer Bachelor of Design, Master of Design, and PhD as well? Like what degrees they offer?
Yeah, I mean, they offer bachelors, they are usually 3 years, and masters, which I'm taking right now. Those are 2 years, and the PhD programs that are more of research based and that are usually about 3 years, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So usually, how many students are there for PSSD in your class? Like how the batches
Uh,
are there?
well, for my course, in my class, for example, we are about 120 in my class. It's a 2 years course. Something interesting about it is that, so as a requirement for the course, half of the students have to be international students, like outside the European Union, and half of them has to be from Italy or other countries inside Europe.
Yeah,
So that gives you a very, very multicultural experience here.
absolutely. So if one of the student want to get there, or what is the procedure to get in at like Polytechnico di Milano?
Well, to get in, what I did was first to register myself as a candidate in their online services. And from there, I did my application. Basically, you don't need an exam, but to upload um, your portfolio if you are from a background of design. Um, Also, I needed to include my CV, recommendations letters, my motivation letters, and that was basically it. So they evaluate you like in base of that, and of course, like some basic stuff like I don't know, the passport, the English certificates,
Yeah,
etc.
so a lot of stuff, and then you get there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you have studied bachelor's, then masters, and you have very great experience in design with various studios, industry, and as a faculty as well. So I would like to know what is the definition of design from your perspective.
For me, design is the render of an intention. I don't like to limit design just to the functional part or the, let's say, art part. For me, it can be much more than that, like a quest for meaning. That's why I like this definition because it's very open. So the many, many capabilities design can give you.
Absolutely, as it is always problem solving, like form and functionality, we can say. And then there are like every designers in the world, or from past to now, they have given their own definitions of design, and all are right, we can say.
Yeah, or all are
So
wrong. It's different.
then as you are doing the service design, so what is service design?
Well, service design, it's basically like I like to define it as you are a theater producer, trying to stage all the different people that are involved in providing something to the audience, which will be your user.
From
And yeah,
yeah, yeah, go
and
ahead.
I mean it's very wide as a scope of what you can do, but I think I'm interested more in this kind of sustainable solutions of services. Uh, for example, the bike sharing systems that you have in some cities, because they focus on resolving a need of the user. In this case, for example, mobility,
Absolutely.
instead of giving like a product or a specific thing that might be more industry related than user related.
Yeah, so mostly social problems which are occurring in future like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as we are a designer and we have to think for the future, so like how much it is important to think in the future, like from designer perspective, what do you think?
Well, I think not only for designers, but in general, it's important to think of the future. Uh, Precisely because we cannot predict it. Right now, with the globalization and with the technological development, I think we live in a world that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and very, very ambiguous. So, in a way, you are always navigating through uncertainty when you're trying to create something new, or even, I don't know, as a company owner, as a provider of services. And that's why I think thinking about the future helps you because even if you cannot predict you, it prepare you a bit on what's to come.
Yes. So the next question is basically based on this, I guess. So the service speculative design. So what is speculative design? As it's your interesting topic, or further you are doing this work.
Well, speculative design, let's say it's a branch both of foresight and design that helps you, that acts as a catalyst for debate. So in all this world of futures thinking, you can think about futures that are probable, what is very, very obvious that it's going to happen. Uh, it's mostly based on reports, this kind of future discipline that are possible, that can be any kind of things that you can imagine can happen, or they can be also preferable. And this is where speculative design comes in, because it's not so open as to imagine, I don't know, technology from sci-fi movies, but it's not so close. So it locates things that we want to happen, or that can be scenarios for the good or the bad, uh, and they materialize it through design fictions, which are objects that are projected for a future scenario, but they are tangible. You can touch them, you can see them, and this helps you imagine the implications of the technological development of new services and even policies.
Absolutely. So it is more likely having the correlation with trends analysis and forecasting. Like in the future, what would be happen? We have to think in speculative design. So simultaneously, same things happen in trends analysis forecasting. In the trends, we have to see for the trends. Then we have to do analysis, what happening in past, present, and according to that, designers came to like came apart and then think for the future. So same thing is like something like in speculative design, same as like trends analysis and forecasting, somewhat, right?
Yeah, I mean, trend forecasting, yeah, it's definitely a source of inspiration on speculative design, because it looks at behaviors that are happening right now. It's mostly based on observation on the environment to see emerging things that come from, let's say, like bottom up, like from the public to the companies instead of the other way around. And I mean, it's related. It can help to evolve traditional forecasting, I think, because traditional forecasting is usually based on experts' judgment. It's based on factual data, and this makes you come to very expectable things to
Yes.
come,
Yes.
not to imagine like the alternatives. And right now, especially in these times, we have seen that a lot of things that we didn't imagine happened,
Yes.
that weren't expected happen. So speculative design can help in that way, because it's a bit about getting crazy, about creating scenarios. And something very important also is that uh, it has this collaborative dimension in which you can either create the fictions alongside a wide range of people that are not only experts, also managers, also users, from very different backgrounds.
Stakeholders.
Yeah, uh, yeah, very different stakeholders, and it can also help you to discuss. Once you projected a speculative service, you can discuss it with people, and this helps you frame what are the implications, what do people think, what could be the requirements for touch points for this kind of technologies.
Yes, absolutely. It's a like probability. When the design expert came up like and discuss about the ideas, but in future, near future, maybe it will happen or may not be. So it is a probability, right?
Yeah.
So what design process you applied, like various designers apply various design procedure like generic design, then double diamond. So in speculative design, what design process you use mostly?
Okay, so I mean, at the end, it's a design discipline. It might have different tools, but it's a design discipline. So a lot of traditional design methods apply here. Um, but as I have done it, at least in the master, is that you first start like collecting a lot of desk analysis and requirements to see what are the trends in the context, more than anything, for the future. For example, we did a project based on how California would be in 2036. So what we did
That's great.
there is look at reports about the environmental issues that they have, like the wildfires, the sea levels rising, to see how the society might look like. But after that, seeing how these things are affecting them right now, we also interviewed a lot of users, a lot of people who live there, to see how it is like to experiment it, what are their fears, what are their needs, and from that create the scenario. And like the most important part for us was this part of seeing how people is affected by this now and what do they think about it. And to create a scenario, this is a part that maybe it's a bit disconnected in the field of speculative design, uh, because yeah, you do research and you involve different stakeholders, but then you go back to, let's say, the design studio, create a fiction, I don't know, like a fictional object, a fictional film, story, or service, and then you come back to the users, to all the stakeholders, so that they can discuss about it. But for me, the right way to do it would be to involve them also in the creation of these fictions, because like that you come with more uh, interesting options that really integrate different views, not just an
Yes.
interpretation of that.
Right. So as it is regarding like future and sci-fi, so like designers get inspiration from movies mostly. So can you let us know which is your favorite sci-fi movie?
Okay, yeah, my favorite sci-fi movie definitely is Blade Runner. I really like it. I like it because it makes you like explore the meaning of humanity, and also because of there was this car designer that was really famous at that time, Sid Mead. He also did the Tron of the first movie of Tron. And I mean, for me, he was a genius about imagining future dystopias and future technology. And he did
Yes.
all the cars and all the props for the movie.
Yeah.
And
So the designer name you are talking about is Daniel Simon. The movie for Tron or Oblivion he have created. So he's a very famous designer, right? The
yeah,
Daniel Simon. Yeah.
yeah, but, no, but Daniel Simon did Tron, but the second one.
Yeah.
The first one, the one from the 70s, Sid Mead did it.
Oh, yeah.
It was much more basic than Daniel's version, but yeah, he's also a really great conceptual designer.
Absolutely. Yeah. His artwork is really amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, I really like these examples because actually speculative design kind of come from that, from this part of design that was working, creating fictions, even if it was like really crazy with no real world application, let's say, but it served to discuss about
Yeah.
what would happen if technology came to this point.
Yes. So as you are studying speculative design in service design, so how it is applied in service design?
Okay, so it is a very interesting tool for service design. First of all, I think as a visualizing tool, because the tools of service design, since it's about aligning a lot of different stakeholders, are a bit complex to see. And when you are trying to co-create services, it's very hard for people who are not designers, even if they are experts in their field, um, to understand the tools that we use. So when you use a tool of speculative design, it's much more easier, because since they come from this path of films and narration, it's mostly based on storytelling. So it's very easy for people to understand, uh, which can be complex. And also, right now that in services, it has to do a lot with digital transformation. Some issues that are very complex even today for digital transformation that you have to include in services always um are difficult for people to understand if you are not an expert. So this can help you discuss these implications of technology on things that are like privacy and data and stuff like that. And another part could be that since you are discussing all this, it can help you define requirements that you need for a services, and more importantly than just requirements, the right touch points to approach a user. So I think it can be this way. And also because speculative design, since it's a bit of foresight, and this is more of a managerial strategy, it can help you communicate with managers because um in the business world, forecasting has been done for a lot of time, and in service design not so much. And sometimes, since service design it's an emerging field,
Yeah.
communicating its scope is a bit difficult sometimes.
Absolutely. So not only in service design, we can say it is applicable in every field. Like currently we are here and we have to think for the future. For example, we are currently using the mobile phones, but in the past we are having the boxy shape, the bigger phone sizes, right? Then we came to the QWERTY, then normal keypad, then QWERTY keypad, then display. Then the future would be the transparent mobile phone or holographic display or just in AR, right? What you are doing. So like it is applicable to every field, maybe in product, maybe in UI UX, maybe in automotive or in services like system. There are a lot of scope. So what project currently you are working on? Could you please let us know about it?
Okay. Well, right now we're working on a project of mobility. We are creating scenarios and talking to people. But right now it's a bit more on the research phase, and I will let you know later. But yeah, I mean, in the master we have created like super interesting project, and something cool. It's that we always start like from a scenario of future use. So I don't know, the scenario is not to give you the solution, but to imagine where that solution would exist.
Yeah. So primary research, secondary research, and all the mood board and personas, and like going with the flow further to get a result. But still, we are not sure that whether it will be possible or not. So always it is the probability, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, the good thing about speculative design is that it engaged people as not only users but also as consumer. Something very important that in the book of Speculative Everything on Gunnar Raby, they say that once a product reaches the market, it's already too late. So
Yes.
because the market will decide, not the people. But speculative design can help you to uh, discuss the implication of technology and very provocative ideas before it reaches the market. And since it's in the form of products and services, people has to look at it not only as if you were in an art gallery, but also as a consumer.
Yes. That's good. So there is a lot of points in specific design and like whole lot of stuffs. So I guess we have covered most of the points, and we will ask to the audience if they're having any question. Before that, I would like to know: do you have any question to me? Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I would like to know, like, how do you think this field can evolve later in the field of industrial?
Yeah, as the example I have given, like mobile phones. So in industrial, the speculative design is kind of fully forecasting. So we should apply for every product. Like as you have given the example, the product will always be the late when it reaches to market. So proper thinking, proper visualization, what would be happen after 5, 10 years, 15 years, and we came to the point that yeah, this product will be there, and we should do this kind of research. For example, the aeroplane. If we take the example of aeroplane, some year backs, if we don't think like the if man or human haven't think that about haven't think about that like birds can fly, also we can fly. So he have thought that, and then the idea came, and the scientists and designers and engineers started working on it. Likewise, so in every product we should apply this, and designers currently applying as well, and that
Mhm.
the products coming to life, right? So it's more like having more scope for industrial design, or you can say in every other field, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's great.
exactly. Because sometimes the inspiration is not like from technology or the lab, but actually the people and how you imagine the world might be.
Right. Okay. So I guess we have like discussed a lot of points regarding speculative design and other points. Guys, if you're having any question, you can just write it down. The comment section is on. So, guys, hello, hi, me. Yeah. So just ping there if you're having any question, and we're good to go with. And Mildred is here to answer on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you again for the space. I really love talking about these topics, and it was a great opportunity. Thank you.
Right. I guess Mildred, there are no questions currently, but
Hmm.
we can conclude here. And thank you so much being here again. And we look forward for more sessions and more creative stuff. And
Yes, surely.
yeah, okay. So thank you again, and thank you all, guys. Be safe. Yeah. Bye bye.
Okay. Ciao. Thank you for your
Ciao.
time.
Thank you. Thanks again for your time as well.